Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Paint the town red, Coco Gauff, Naomi Osaka, and her custom Labubu, Ace US Open trend. New York, Naomi Osaka and Coco Gauff served up a fashion doubleheader at the US Open on Tuesday night, turning heads with striking all-red looks during their evening matches. Osaka, the number 23 seed, secured a confidence-boosting 6-3, 6-4 win over Greet Minnen on Louis Armstrong Stadium. But it wasn't just her performance that got people talking. It was her bold, all-red Nike ensemble. The outfit featured a flouncy bubble skirt and rose-embellished details around the neckline and waist. The floral theme continued in her accessories, including a dramatic hairpiece adorned with roses. "I designed this outfit a while ago," Osaka revealed in her post-match press conference. "I just thought it would be really fun to do in New York under the lights. I'm glad that my first match was a night match, because this outfit was really fun to play in." Completing her walkout look, a red embellished jacket, matching headphones, and a red bejeweled Labubu figurine with its own blue racket, which she proudly showed off post-match. "This is my Labubu," she told the crowd with a grin. "She's named Billie Jean Bling. Not Billie Jean King, Billie Jean Bling." Osaka has worn a floral-inspired Nike kit at nearly every Grand Slam this year. At the Australian Open, she rocked a sunflower-themed kit, complete with matching clips and earrings. At Roland Garros, she went full Sakura, with cherry blossom nails and magical girl-inspired hair. At Wimbledon, however, she hit pause on the floral looks, opting for a more understated white outfit after an early exit in Paris. "Since it's Wimbledon and I haven't really seen anyone doing anything, I felt like I was being the extra one again," Osaka told press in London. Spoiler alert, but the US Open outfit is really extra. Over on Arthur Ashe Stadium, Gauff made her return to the New York crowd with equal flair. The number 3 seed American defeated Ajla Tomljanovic 6-4, 6-7 too, 7-5 in her first match under new biomechanics coach Gavin McMillan, and her first time back in NYC since her memorable Roland Garros run. Fans gave her a hero's welcome as she walked onto the court, wearing a custom leather varsity jacket by New Balance. The inside of the jacket features the line, "To those who thought they were putting water on my fire, you're really adding gas to it. And now I'm really burning so bright right now," a reference to her 2023 US Open winner's speech. Her red outfit underneath paid tribute to her 2023 US Open title, completed by her signature Coco CG2 sneakers in a new, urgent red and monarch burgundy colorway. According to New Balance, the design was inspired by the gear she wore during that historic Grand Slam win. Gauff and Osaka are just two of the several players who have been spotted wearing on-court apparel in striking red. Marta Kostyuk and Alicia Parks in Wilson, Frances Tiafoe in Lululemon, Alex Ila and Emma Raducanu in Nike, to name a few. In the electric air of late summer in New York City, the US Open unfolds not just as a Grand Slam tournament, but a runway, a street festival, a cultural flashpoint. Beneath the bright lights of Arthur Ashe Stadium, tennis isn't the only thing commanding attention. Fashion, fandom, and personal expression collide in a way no other tournament quite captures. And in 2025, one phrase was on everyone's lips: paint the town red. It wasn't just a metaphor for wild celebration. It was a real, vivid theme coursing through Flushing Meadows. This year, red wasn't just a color, it was a statement, a movement, a cultural mashup of fashion, performance, and personality. And leading this chromatic revolution? None other than Coco Gauff, Naomi Osaka, and Osaka's surprise co-star, a custom red Labubu that stole hearts from Queens to TikTok. Coco Gauff, the champion with crimson confidence. Coco Gauff arrived at the 2025 US Open not just as the defending champion, but as a newly minted style icon. Her 2024 win had elevated her to global stardom, and she embraced the moment with a fiery new look that set the tone, literally, for this year's theme. Her first night match? A high-octane performance in a sleek, scarlet Nike ensemble, aerodynamic pleats, subtle mesh cutouts, and bold metallic accents that shimmered under stadium lights like molten lava. Her sneakers, custom-dyed Vapor Pros, featured a deep red ombre with gold lace tips. But it wasn't just the outfit. It was her presence. She stepped onto the court like she owned it. Like Red had chosen her. And maybe it had. Gauff explained in post-match interviews that the look was about power, but also joy. Red is celebration. It's movement. It's heat. She grinned, clutching a matching crimson towel. Its little fire emoji come to life. Social media agreed. The hashtag #RedGauff trended by day 2. Fan edits, makeup tutorials, and sneaker fanatics flooded Instagram and TikTok with Gauff-inspired red looks. But while Coco served red-hot tennis and red carpet-worthy fashion, someone else was preparing to steal a different kind of spotlight. Naomi Osaka and the return of the soft rebellion. Naomi Osaka's return to the U.S. Open this year was more than just a comeback. It was a moment. After stepping away from the game for motherhood, activism, and healing, Osaka re-emerged with the kind of quiet force that defines her legacy. But she didn't return alone. On day 3, Osaka strolled into the Players' Village cradling a figure that quickly sparked internet chaos, a custom red Labubu. For the uninitiated, Labubu is part of the Be at Rubric-adjacent world of art toys, created by Kazing Lung and adored in fashion and streetwear circles. Osaka's Labubu wasn't the cutesy pastel most fans knew. This one, glitchy red fur, metallic horns, tennis whites, and yes, tiny sneakers that mimic Naomi's actual matchday kicks. A devilish grin. Mischievous energy. It looked like a cross between a folklore trickster and a high-fashion high-beast. Osaka revealed in an interview with Vogue Tennis, yes, that's a thing now, that the Labubu was a custom collab with Japanese artist Jun Takahashi of Undercover. I wanted something that represented both mischief and resilience. A reminder not to take everything so seriously, she said, adjusting her crimson visor. And he's kind of my little red guardian. That little red guardian became a phenomenon. Labubu mania hits Queens. By day 5, there were Labubu cosplay sightings in the stands. Mini plush versions started popping up on Etsy and eBay for triple digits. Fans begged for a Nike X Labubu X Osaka drop. Even Gauff got in on the fun, showing off her own Labubu keychain in a courtside selfie. Guess I joined the Red Club, smiling face with horns out. The Labubu wasn't just a quirky mascot. It captured the energy of the tournament, irreverent, artistic, deeply personal. Like Osaka herself, it blurred lines. Athlete and artist, competitor and curator, tradition and rebellion. And red, suddenly, wasn't just red. It was a symbol of duality. Power and play. Heat and humor. Rage and romance. Fashion Week meets Flushing Meadows. Of course, this crimson current didn't stay confined to the courts. In a rare alignment of schedules, New York Fashion Week overlapped with the final days of the U.S. Open. Suddenly, the stands looked more like front row at a door show than a sports arena. Designers took note. Red slashes of tulle, satin, and nylon popped up in collections from Marc Jacobs to Telfar. Emerging designer Layla Monroe even debuted a capsule collection titled Baseline Bloodline, inspired by Gauff's now iconic Surf silhouette and Osaka's red Labubu. The finale piece? A structural gown shaped like a tennis net, threaded with crimson ribbon, worn by none other than Zendaya. Meanwhile, athletes leaned in hard. Frances Tiafoe wore a deep burgundy tracksuit, with a chain-link pattern, nodding to the court fence. Emma Raducanu debuted red eyeliner and a crimson acrylic manicure on court, both of which had their own fan pages by week's end. Why red? Why now? There's something symbolic about the sudden surge of red in 2025. It's primal, emotional, unfiltered. Post-pandemic and post-cancellation, Gen Z and Gen Alpha athletes are redefining self-expression. Gone are the days of white-only Wimbledon silence. In its place, glitter, grit, and unapologetic visibility. Red is the refusal to be muted. It's Coco's dominance without apology. Naomi's quiet defiance with a wink. The Labubu's chaotic energy. Its fans screaming in the stands, holding signs, crying happy tears. Its culture bleeding into sport, and sport returning the favor. The final serve, more than a color. As the final weekend of the U.S. Open wrapped, the sun dipped behind the Manhattan skyline. Coco Gauff, still a beacon in her red final kit, lifted the trophy once again. Her smile, broad, fiery, proud, reflected back in the gleaming surface. Osaka stood nearby, having bowed out in the quarters, but glowing in post-motherhood glory, her Labubu perched courtside in a tiny red bucket hat. The crowd roared, not just for champions, but for characters, for color, for story. In the tunnel, a child clutched a red poster scrawled with "Paint the Town Red, Red Heart, Tennis." It fluttered in the breeze as fans poured out of the stadium into the New York night. Maybe red was the theme, or maybe it was the mood. Either way, the 2025 U.S. Open wasn't just a tournament. It was a canvas, and they painted it brilliantly.